LATD Nation, what's goody with y'all, boy? This your boy Jay, a.k.a. King J. All hail the king, the big man with big plans. I got my co-pilot, my partner in crime. Go ahead, bro.
Rodney, a.k.a. RG from the 843, a.k.a. Roddy Not So Rich.
Yes, sir.
What we discussing today?
We're going to be discussing what happened to LeBron, KD, and Steph, man. Is this the end of an era?
Yeah, it might just be. But we're going to get into that today. So starting off, I think that this conversation, I really had the idea for this, and I think it's really been a relevant conversation topic around the league and just the sports world in general.
100%.
Ever since Steph, because he was eliminated from the play-in, a week or so ago?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just with time passing and these new guys like Anthony Edwards, who we're going to talk about, you know, guys like Ja, Zion, guys really starting to kind of come into their own and develop into superstars. Question is the Steph, LeBron, KD sort of like the old superstar era, is that coming to an end?
Yeah, it's to my answer to that. It's coming down a little bit.
Slowly but surely, yeah.
Slowly but surely. It kind of started with Carmelo, when Carmelo and Anthony retired too.
I mean, yeah, I can see that, definitely.
Yeah.
And I feel like as far as like the superstars that we grew up with, like in the 2010s, like, you know, you had D Wade, LeBron, Chris Bosh, Steph. You know, he came up in that era. Of course, KD, Harden. You know, just a lot of like these household names that have been running the league for like a decade now. You're starting to see more and more of them on the decline, more starting to retire.
Right.
And if they're not retiring, they're not necessarily the player that they were, or they're not in a situation, a franchise where it's as good as it used to be.
Right.
Like, for example, you know, this year, the big topic of conversation with Steph's Warriors is that core three, him, Clay, and Draymond, are they what they used to be? And I think the answer to that, honestly, is no.
Nah.
Because if you really look at how the Warriors have struggled, not just like this year, but even past, like last year, it's just clear that they're not really as effective as they used to be. The big topic of conversation with them in particular has been Clay's not what he once was.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely
not. Like the Splash Brothers, like Steph has been regularly he's been pretty consistent as of late. He's been, you know,
he's Steph.
Yeah, he's been doing what he's been doing, but everybody else around him has started falling. Like you know, Draymond Green kind of being the heart and soul of that of the Warriors, pretty much.
He's in and out of the lineup.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Stupid reasons.
Very stupid reasons. Punching people, fighting
fighting like you 25, 26 years old.
Right, and then you got this big 42-year-old looking dude coming up and just knocking you in the face. But from what I heard Jordan Poole kind of had that coming. But that's neither here nor there. But
I mean, that was off the back of them winning a championship. So it's like, I feel like, and there's a rumor, but not even really a rumor. I feel like it's kind of true. Like, that kind of destroyed the chemistry of the locker room.
Right, yeah.
Because from that point on, they were never the same team that they were when they won the championship.
Nah. Like, when they had KD on their team, that's when the chemistry was really at its peak. Even after he left and everything, or maybe he got traded, I'm not sure. But even then, he left. Okay, so even then, it was still high enough to where they would win championships, and that's what I really liked about the old school Warriors. I'm tripping.
The Warriors are like that 2015 to 20. I say 19.
Yeah, I like that chemistry. I like that they were like
a unit.
They were a unit. They were like all brothers. And if anything, if I would to compare them to like an NFL team, they would be the 2014 Seahawks.
Yeah,
with the Legion of Boom and everything. You know. Y'all remember them days, man. They should have won 2, but you already know Russell
didn't run the ball, so right. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's starting to come to a decline.
I feel like the early showcasing example of that was really around, I would say maybe 2021.
Yeah,
because that was around the time the Warriors were in the play-in and they lost. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Warriors, because they lost to the Lakers, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, so that was around the time. So, because you got to think, back then, it was unfathomable for the Warriors to even be in that kind of situation, for them to be playing just to be in the playoffs.
Right.
Whereas years past, they would easily at worst been in number 2.
Exactly, like
and number 2 seed.
Because I remember, like, I was a big Houston fan back in the day.
Yeah.
And I remember they came back 3-1 from the Rockets.
That was 2018, wasn't it? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. It was around there, but I remember them coming back 3-1 from the Rockets, man.
Yeah, because that was that series when CP got hurt, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was 2018.
Yeah, man. And I was mad. I ain't gonna lie. I was in my room.
I tore off all the posters off the wall.
Pretty much, man. Like I jumped on my bed, and the next thing you know, like it broke. I'm like, oh shit, snap. But it's like,
well, edit that out.
Yeah. Like, oh snap. Hey ma, I broke my bed. Like, what you doing in there? The Rockets lost. You know what I'm saying? Like it was devastating to say the least. But that's when I feel like I said, the Warriors were really at their height. You know. And
2018, 2019. I mean, they lost in 2019, but they were still the super team, though, at that time.
Right. Everybody was looking at the Warriors as the end-all, be-all team to always make it to the finals.
And even just then, that was still around the time where, like, the superstars like Russ and Harden and all of them were still dominant. They were still relevant. You didn't have, like, a Ja Morant or Zion Williamson. Like, granted, they were drafted in 2019.
But it was 19. It was 19. You're right. My bad.
Because KD and Clay got hurt in that series against the Raptors.
Yep.
Yeah, so I would say that really, to me, when this era started to show signs of like it not quite being like them, like it was 2021. Because when Steph and them lost, that was kind of the first sign that, oh yeah, maybe they're kind of slipping a little bit. And then 2022 rolled around, so it was like the Warriors. And then the thing is also, backtrack 2020, LeBron and the Lakers won. Right. So it was like, it was still very much LeBron's league. It was still LeBron and his peers' league.
And let's be real. When was it not LeBron's league, even when he wasn't winning?
Yeah.
When was it not his league? Like, because even back in like 2016, 2017, 2015, around that time, he was still with the Cavs and everything, and he was still making the playoffs in those back-to-back years. He just wasn't winning.
Yeah, he went to the finals 8 straight times.
Right, and I'm like, when has it not been his year, even when he ain't winning?
Exactly.
KD kind of fell off when he left the Warriors, though.
He ain't been the same since.
Not at all.
He definitely has been. I mean, give him credit for the fact that he came back pretty much the same after ACL, which that used to be career ending. So you give him credit where it's due.
And Achilles too.
Yeah, that's right. Or was it just Achilles?
I think it was just Achilles.
Yeah. My mistake.
And then, I mean, he was still balling out and playing good. It's kind of like the same thing with Steph. Just everybody else around him wasn't
producing. Kyrie.
Right.
Kyrie is still Kyrie, but I mean, Kyrie wasn't playing. He was in and out of the lineup because he had them issues going on. Whether it was like posting that book link or whatever the case may be, and then in and out because of COVID and all that. Right. Harden was hurt.
Right, Harden was hurt, and then next thing you know, he came back looking kind of, just, I guess, out of shape, I guess, and it's just...
Yeah, he was in that fat suit. That's one of my favorite NBA moments of the last decade.
Right.
James Harden wearing a fat suit.
And all the different...
And he got caught in that strip club, too.
Yeah.
That past off season, too.
Yeah, it was...
James was wild.
Nah, that's what got me, man. Like, it's when he got caught in that strip club.
Facts. James was wilding.
Same thing with Jimmy Butler and the different hairstyles he would wear to media day.
Yeah.
And then like with the dreads, and then with the emo look.
Emo hair.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, it's just those eras, their eras, like back when KD, back in like 2013 was like the, at least in my opinion. Because, I'm still young, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't born back in the 60s and the 50s and the 80s.
Or even the
90s.
The 80s.
Like, I feel like for our generation, that was like peak NBA back in
the 2010s. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The 2010s, that was 100% our era that we grew up in. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of almost in general to a degree, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. But... It's, because seeing Russ and KD on the Thunder, the prime Thunder, and
Russ, KD, and Harden,
and Harden. Yep, thank you.
Harden was a six man.
Yep, six
man. They went to the finals as I think they were in there. Was Russ a rookie? I don't think he was a rookie, but they were young. That was the second or third year in the league.
Oh yeah,
and they took. I think they went to game 7 in that series, something like that.
Now, which game wasn't when Ray Allen hit that crazy shot?
That was that 2012 or 13? I think that was 2012.
Yeah, that might have been 12. Who were they playing?
They were playing.
It was during the finals though. It wasn't. It was.
Was the Celtics? I think it was the Celtics.
Might have been, but either way, that era, like that Ray Allen shot in the corner, LeBron staring down Jason Terry, and all those chase down blocks he had, like with not KD, with D Wade and with Chris Bosh, like.
That was when that picture was taken.
Exactly, that iconic picture too.
Yeah, one of the greatest sports pics of all time.
Oh man, it was like those were prime years for me as an NBA fan.
Yeah, and I feel. Go ahead.
Because just as a kid, everybody wanted to be a LeBron fan. Everybody loved LeBron for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like though, it was really from 22. I would say from around when LeBron won his first championship. To really, I would say by 2021 is when you start to see slowly but surely a decline, because now the conversation is how long is LeBron going to be around before he retires? Steph, they say Steph already isn't really competing like he used to be, and then on top of that, last night, which this is kind of what spurred this conversation. KD got swept by a young team, by Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, which 2 or 3 years ago, that would have been unfathomable.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm still kind of in disbelief now. I'm like, they got swept by the Timberwolves, but I started thinking, wait, they got Cat, they got Anthony Edwards, so it's like, ain't that bad.
Yeah.
It can't be that bad.
It's just crazy seeing somebody that was one of the greatest players of all time, not just his generation.
Right.
That was dominant for so long, start to be swept aside under the rug by this 22-year-old Anthony. Not to give him any kind of hate or throw shade at him, because
if you a beast, you a
dog.
Yeah, right. If you a beast, you a beast.
Yeah, but it's just wild to see a lot of these, because I feel like Anthony Edwards, Ja, Tatum, all of these guys been in the league probably about 3 years or more now, but it's just we felt they were coming up, but they weren't quite there yet. Now it's starting to seem like it's getting to the point to where these players are there now.
Oh yeah,
Zion, it's he's there now. Ja, it's he's there. I mean, Zion getting there.
Yeah, he is.
But Anthony Edwards is definitely getting there. Ja, if he ain't act a fool.
If you wouldn't do that dumb crap with the with the blicky
and
everything.
He thought he was young boy. He said it's a parade inside my city.
Nah,
boy, I don't know what y'all had going on.
And the fact that he did it twice, I come on, bruh. You didn't learn your lesson the first time, and on top of that, it wasn't it couldn't have been avoided.
Right, exactly.
They're quit recording every goddamn thing, bruh.
Facts.
Anyway,
but
if he stay his behind out of trouble and do his thing, I'm gonna be real. I think the NBA might have kind of overreacted a tad bit, and ain't he's shooting nobody, but I get it. But it's at the same time.
My thing with it is that one, you get off the leash one time,
right? So
it's for you to do it again, it just don't make any sense. And then the thing is I feel as far as with Ja, you got to remember the NBA is a business, and you're an employee as a player, so you have you have to conduct yourself a certain way.
Not even just that, he's a commodity now.
Yeah, because Ja, Nike deal, all that kind of stuff, that stuff is all based on whether you can act right or not.
Yeah, you gotta think about the chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which like I said, I know there had to be some punishment, but it's it is what it is. But
back to the main point, it just seems like a lot of these guys are starting to really come out. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's been doing his thing in OKC. De'Aaron Fox has been going crazy. Just a lot of young talent are really starting to become, even the Nuggets, which you could argue that I guess you say, how long has Jamal Murray been in the league?
For a while.
But I feel with the Nuggets as a team, they still feel like it's like they're just now arriving.
Right.
And they're kind of starting to become dominant in a way that the Warriors and the Cavs were back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, now it's getting to the point, because back in the day, if it was a LeBron-led team versus somebody like the Nuggets, it was expected like the LeBron team would have no problem dispatching that team. But now LeBron is getting to the point to where he can't quite go over the hurdle like he used to be. Steph too, you know, KD, they're all starting to show signs of having trouble. Even like the Clippers, you know, Kawhi, PG, Russ, you know, they're starting to have a little bit of a struggle that they probably wouldn't have seen 2 or 3 years ago.
But and just adding on that, it just definitely does feel like the torch is definitely being passed.
Oh yeah, and I don't even think it's being passed. I think it's being taken low key. I feel like some of these guys ain't ready to move over yet.
Yeah, because
like Russ, you think Russ is ready to like pack it in?
Nah. But I feel like when we talk about LeBron, KD, and Steph, I think it's, you know, just kind of let that look alone where KD was and Anthony Edwards, just that kind of, you know, that interaction alone. I feel like the torch is starting to get passed a little bit in some ways, but in other ways it's getting. But in other ways, you're right, it is getting taken because Steph want to stay the king, but the thing is,
Steph don't want to give it up.
Nah, he don't. Like, you can tell he loves it, man, and just all from all those triple doubles he had. Like,
and then you gotta also look at the frustration that Steph had throughout this season because of Draymond. If Steph was ready to pass the torch and chill in the background, Steph wouldn't be showing that kind of visible frustration. So it just shows you that Steph is still wanting to compete, and he still wants people to be of that mindset that let's go get a championship. Steph's not ready to roll over.
Nah, that's the thing. I feel like
I don't think LeBron is either.
I feel like with Steph, he just wants. Steph doesn't. Yeah, same with the with LeBron too. I've done that in every video. Same thing with LeBron too. I feel like if they're gonna go out, they want to go out with a bang, kind of like how Kobe did.
That, or it's kind of like they want to be moved over.
Right. Yeah.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy, but it's. Okay, all right, no Diddy, but it's like I feel like the torch is definitely getting, like I said, passed or taken,
whatever you want to call it, because these young guys. And the thing is that what's cool about these young guys is that their talent is just on a different, like Luka and them, and these guys all have like that killer mentality. Like you can tell, like the spirit of Kobe really lives in these guys because their competitiveness. Ant is ruthless. Ja is ruthless.
Oh my gosh.
They'll dunk on anyone.
Zion is ruthless. Like, regardless of his...
When Zion gets his head in the game,
yeah. Yeah, what do you
can take that one. That's your brother, your twin brother, right?
All right. Other than, like, if you... Okay. All right. I'd be sick of hearing that. Other than, like, body-wise, I guess me and him do look alike, I guess. People been telling me this all the time. Bro, if you wear a Zion jersey, Pat said this. If you wear a Zion jersey in the club, bro, we get mad, girl. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. I ain't about to become no another meme. Like, you know, I ain't about to become no meme. Like no Snoop Cat and 5 Cent or whatever those pictures.
Or Kanye East.
Or Kanye, I ain't about to become no dog.
Him over the real Kanye at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's a whole different subject. Yeah,
that's
Don't
a different
get me started
story.
On him.
But yeah, as we wrapping this up, you know, it's just, you know, I say remember the times for what they were, the good times, the bad times, mostly the good times. Like back if you were a Warriors fan, Heat fan, Cavalier fan, Thunder fan, just remember the good times. But that don't mean the game is going nowhere. That doesn't mean that the game is getting like downgraded or anything like that.
It's just a different. The league is just looking different now, and I just feel like, I mean, it's a reflection of like, you know, as we're getting older, you know, it's like I wouldn't say that the thing that's crazy is that like our era was technically us watching them growing up, but it's at the same time it's still our era because a lot of the guys that are coming up are around our age. Like they're the same ages of like Ja and Zion are the same age. So it's just kind of like seeing these guys kind of sort of become the league. Now, the question I asked, though, who do you think is going to be the face of the league after LeBron leaves? Because there's a lot of debates. Right now,
it's looking like either Jokic, Anthony Edwards, or, yeah, really between them two.
I feel like it's really a constant struggle. Like it's a constant push or pull, and that's what makes this game so great right now. Is that it's like 1 minute it looks like Tatum could be the face of the league because he drops say 45, 50 a game, and then next thing you know, Jokic has like a 50-point triple double, or Anthony Edwards has this like this explosive dunk. It's just like there's so much different sort of variety of talent going on around the league. Like it's so even now. Like I don't think there's like a clear cut face of the league like there was before, because when LeBron was coming up, you knew that in time he was gonna be like because obviously LeBron was playing when Kobe was in his prime. A lot of those other guys were still around. Your Tim Duncans, your AIs, all that. But LeBron was very clearly going to be the face of the league. It was just a matter of LeBron getting that championship. And once he did, it was definitively it was pretty much inarguably his league before he won. But then once, they won that first championship in 2012, it was this is definitively LeBron James's league.
I agree. Personally, I want Ja and Zion to become the faces of the league, not in the ways they have been in the past couple of years.
Showing that South Carolina bias.
Right, yeah, that, and just...
To be honest with you.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. But just seeing them from day one, when they came into the league, really just dominate off the bat. It's just... And I love to see it from South Carolina folk, you know what I'm saying?
Because, we really ain't got a whole lot of people.
Not at all. We got Chris Middleton, but...
We don't have a lot of Carolina people in media in general. We got the baby. Where's he at?
Yeah.
That's not the best person to represent us anyways.
But then again, we do got D-Hop. We got Jadeveon Clowney, Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carlos Dunlap. I went to one of his camps when I was about 13. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God bless them. God bless all of them. You feel me? But with John's, I really want them to be great. Mainly just because I keep getting told I look like Zion too. So I don't want. Hey bro, that's you that dude? No, I'm not that dude on the screen who dunked on so and so. No, I'm not him.
But I feel like when we're talking about,
obviously, but it's.
But I feel like when we're talking about face of the league, it's more than just the talent. I think it's the marketability.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of these new players, except maybe a few, have the marketability to be the face of the league.
Like Jokic. Nah,
they don't have the. I don't think they have the charisma that LeBron had. They don't have the marketability that LeBron had when he was coming up.
Right. Or like with Jordan or with
with Michael.
Kobe didn't really have a lot of charisma to
him. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Kobe ever was definitively the face of the league.
Right.
Kobe was up there. He was in contention for it. But Kobe didn't have the same charisma or the marketability that Michael did. And I don't think he cared to be honest with you.
No, definitely not. You could see the way he played. He didn't care about nothing but playing ball in his family. That's really about it. He didn't care.
Yeah, Kobe was a very all business type of character. So I don't think Kobe could have, in talent, he definitely could have been the face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
But I say obviously LeBron, he had the marketability, he had the presence, he had the charisma. Mm-hmm. And obviously he was the best player of his generation.
Right.
And so now I don't think that there's a player that's necessarily the clear-cut best of the generation. You just have a couple of guys who are at the very top.
Right.
And it's just a matter of who's going to get there first. Who's going to get that ring first.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to have the most accomplishments on their resume. Who's the most marketable, which I feel like Ja has the charisma, and he has he has the presence. If he could just act right,
come on, bro. Two different
especially
occasions.
For our generation, Ja just he kind of represents that hip hop sort of swagged out generation, that 2010s hip hop generation in particular.
Exactly, but
if he could just act right,
and the thing is, bro. It ain't it hard. You don't gotta make this junk any harder than it has to be, bro. Just go home. Right. Stop posting yourself on live.
Stop
go
getting
home.
around the wrong people.
You a $230 million man, bro. Go somewhere. Go take a trip or something. Don't leave the blicky at home.
Facts.
Don't have it in your car.
And
don't have it in
matter of fact, why do you even have it on you in the first place? That's what security is for.
Okay, never mind. I was about to say, yeah.
That's what security is for.
Yeah, that's what security is for. Exactly. So it's bruh, it ain't that. And same thing with Zion, bruh.
Tighten up. You gotta tighten up.
You gotta tighten up. Bruh, people already see you in the league as just nothing but injury prone. which he has been in the past couple of years. That's why I really like this season because
he's been reminding people like why he was like as hyped up as he was.
Exactly, because he's a good player. Like he's
great play, he's generational.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, don't count this man out yet. Oh, he's a fat guy. He doesn't know how
His knees ain't gonna last past a certain point.
I'm like, well, yet he's still dunking on people twice his size. But it's like, and I ain't as far as his injuries too. He needs to stay focused in the sense of he need to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he need to stay, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to stop worrying about certain stars that ain't in your league. If you pick up what I'm putting down,
see, that's the problem. That's the thing that I think about. But you know what it is? The funny thing is that we think that these new players is just like they're a different breed and that they don't know how to conduct themselves when it comes to this stuff.
No, they do.
But behind closed doors, them old players were a certain way too.
What? Stop it! Like people want to get Wilt Chamberlain. So he scored 100 points, and then funny enough. I'm gonna say this, and this will be my last thing. Funny enough, my 8th grade teacher, we did this whole Black History thing. I was skinnier at the time, so it was like she let me, because we went to the Christian school, 8th grade, yada yada yada, Black History, like wax museum thing where we could be our favorite celebrities or famous people in general. I wanted to be Julius Erving. Now, you don't really hear nothing bad about Julius Erving.
Dr. J.
Exactly. One of my favorite players of all time. You don't hear nothing bad about Julius Erving. Nothing really controversial in his career. Nothing like that. But you want to guess, but she's like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if he was a Christian or not. She's doing this based off of Christian values. But guess who she let me be?
Who?
Wilt Chamberlain. She let me be Wilt Chamberlain, the guy notorious for doing the with a whole bunch of women. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like God bless you, Miss Dickerson. If you seeing this, that was stupid. I'm sorry. I love you. God bless you. But it's like you let me be. I want to be Julius Erving, cool dude. But yet you let me be somebody like Wilt Chamberlain. God bless him. Rest in peace, my brother. But it's like, come on,
but yeah, now that's the crazy thing is that, the difference is that now it's like our generation is like social media. So it's a lot easier for certain things to get put out in the public than it was back in the day. But these guys were doing the same kind of stuff behind closed doors.
Oh, yeah. Like Jordan, too.
Look at AI. Shoot, AI went broke.
Right. Look.
And AI had a lifetime shoe deal, and he went broke.
And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Jordans and everything like that. God bless him, too. But he one of the main ones. But Michael Jordan is such a woo. I'm like, please, bruh. This dude is a jerk, bruh. This dude is a I don't know.
I always say I wish that they had him be in Space Jam the way he really was, cussing the Looney Tunes out.
Right, like this dude was
slapping them because they didn't score.
Right, exactly.
Like
this
that.
dude was like
them in practice. Him just bossing up the bugs, just choking them out.
Exactly, exactly. Like this dude. Like God bless him, he was a great player too. But at the same time,
there's a reason they ain't like Kobe starting Space Jam.
Exactly. Like this dude, Michael Jordan was a rectum, bro. Like I would just put it like that. Like I just put it like that. Like
might as well say it at that point.
Like whatever. But with that being said, no, like like I said, enjoy the moments. The game ain't going nowhere.
The game is only just evolving. I mean, the new talent, everything, just seeing the way the game, like, way players are playing now. Because you look at Jokic, this center who can, bring the ball up court.
Right.
Can pass the ball like nobody business. Right. And has an outside shot. Right. You would have never seen that 15, 20 years ago.
Next time we talk about the NBA, we're going to talk about whether or not the league has gotten softer.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a good topic.
Yeah. We're gonna have some commentary on that. So y'all stay tuned. But as of right now, I've been your boy Jay,
and this has been Rodney,
and we'll look at the details. You feel me, y'all? Boy, have a great night.